Welcome to all of you. This is the day that the God has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. On behalf of Church's Auxiliary for Social Action, we welcome each and every one of you to the 74th Indian Independence Day and CASA Foundation Day. Today is a very special day for all of us as Indians and also as CASA family and well-wishers. All the more so, it's so very important as we are engaged in nation building and building our country since 1947. Of course, ensure the Indian Constitution is a reality for all Indians. It's a joy and pleasure to see all CASA stakeholders on one platform from across board, across India, in one accord. May I invite Dr. Jayant Kumar, the head of programs of CASA India, who has served CASA more than 40 years, over 4 decades, to come over and introduce this event and talk to us. Over to Dr. Jayant Kumar.
As you all know, that we had to resort to a virtual engagement because of the challenges which we are facing in terms of COVID. However, I always feel that there is always an opportunity and a new learning, a new beginning with any disaster which comes in. So this is a new beginning in the life of CASA also, and a new norm as we're talking about across the globe. We will have to see how the new norm emerges and how does it impact our work, especially our work with the most poor and the marginalized. You may have a technology interface with techno-savvy groups and all these things, but when you have to deal with the poorest of the poor, the most interior areas of the country, unserved areas of the country, how do we innovate and all. So this on the 74th Independence Day, as well as on the 73rd Foundation Day celebration of CASA, we always remember the most poor and the marginalized of this country. For serving these people, CASA exists. It is service to the humankind. That is what is the motto of CASA, and I'm very happy, and I feel very happy to express this, that I have witnessed personally myself the engagement of CASA with the most vulnerable communities, and I feel very privileged to be part of this process and contributing to this whole year. Even in spite of the difficulties and challenges of COVID, our staff and our network partners, our community leaders and community institutions have been working extraordinarily in the most difficult and challenging circumstances. And that is how we were able to continue the work which we were able to do as far as COVID is concerned. So it's a journey of 73 years in different forms, of course, yes, and 73 years of serving to the poor, serving to the humanity. We will have the address from the Honorable Dr. Rajesh Tandonji, who will speak to us on this platform. And then we have greetings from a large number of very senior, very respected sector leaders. And they would, and at the end, with a vote of thanks, we will conclude. And I would not take much time because there is a lot to come for all of us. And I once again congratulate and greet all of you, every stakeholder of CASA, and hand over the process to the host to take it further. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thanks, sir. Thank you so much. It is always a pleasure to listen to you. हमेशा जैन सर की बात को सुनकर बहुत अच्छा लगता है. It's always inspiring to listen to him, and I have been fortunate enough to even have learned from him. और इससे पहले कि हम आगे चले, एक बार फिर से आप सभी का स्वागत हो। आप सबको स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। Congratulations to you all. We have the 74th Independence Day of India. आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं इस अवसर के लिए। और इससे पहले कि हम आगे चले, I want to introduce this video to you, जो हम वीडियो के द्वारा देखेंगे। This is flag hoisting. हमारा झंडा जो है ये हमारी स्वतंत्रता की निशानी है। This flag, this Indian flag that we have, it is the symbol of our. और इस झंडे को फहराने से हमें फिर एक बार इस बात का विश्वास हो जाता है, देख के उसको लहराते हुए, कि हमारा विश्वास भी इस कंट्री पर, इस देश पर वैसा ही बना हुआ है। कुछ लाइनें, 2 लाइनें आपके लिए पढ़ूंगी। ये बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, रोशनी होगी चिरागों को जलाए रखना। लेट अस सी दिस वीडियो। ये वीडियो है जो हमारे सेक्टर ऑफिस और रीजनल ऑफिस से आया है, where we had the flag hoisting ceremony today morning। और ये उन ऑफिस से आया है, and we will sit back and enjoy this video and remember and realize that this freedom has come at a cost to us. Let us value freedom and let us enjoy our freedom. Over to Arushi.
This was the broadcast of CASA flag hoisting ceremonies across the program areas of CASA. We have celebrated Independence Day across the nook and corner of the country, wherever CASA's programs are going on. And that was brought to you how the community, with all its fervor and passion and love for the nation, celebrated and hoisted the flag, saluted the flag, and also work passionately to build the nation together. Celebration in India is always accompanied with music and dance. At the backdrop of this pandemic, we are today trying to celebrate and also celebrate the Indian Independence Day along with CASA Day. We bring to you the Dalit music of India, which is a mark of celebration and victory. We want to honor and respect all the Corona warriors and remember all the foreigners of our nation and CASA who have tried to build the country together. We bring to you the Parai music from Tamil Nadu and also the Odissi dance by one of our own CASA colleagues' daughter, Jitsana. Over to the Arushi.
you, Jigan साहब. Thank you so much. बहुत ही खूबसूरत परफॉर्मेंस हमने देखी. बहुत अच्छा लगा. सुरेश जी, आपकी डॉटर बहुत टैलेंटेड है. Thank you so much, Jigan साहब. Thank you, Suresh sir, for arranging this, and thank you so much, Paul, also for arranging the Farai performance. Moving on, I would like to welcome our director, Dr. Sushant Agarwal, and our chairperson, His Grace Dr. Yaqub Mar Iranius, and our vice chairperson, Bishop Subodh Mondal. मैं इन तीनों का जो हम हमारे सीनियर्स हैं वाले हैं उनका धन्यवाद करती हूँ कि वो हमारे साथ में हैं, और सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं कि वो हमारे साथ में जुड़े हैं, they are here with us, but also for the fact that they have agreed to bring greetings to us on this virtual platform. इस Zoom meeting से ही जब हम एक दूसरे के साथ physically नहीं होते हैं, we cannot see each other physically, but they have agreed to bring greetings to you. आप उनके द्वारा से हम आज के दिन में सुनेंगे. We are going to listen to Dr. Sushant Agarwal, director sir. Then after that, we will be listening to our chairperson, His Grace Dr. Yaqub Mar Iranius, and that will be followed by our vice chairperson, Bishop Subodh C. Mondal.
My dear friends and colleagues, on this day of Independence Day in India, I would like to bring greetings to all of you, those who are part of this webinar. And also, this is a day, this is a month, not really a day. This is the month which is considered to be Foundation Day of CASA. So we are very happy to be here, remembering both the occasion, our Independence Day as well as Foundation Month of CASA. 1947, which became a history, is very important for we Indians, and especially 15th of August, as we wanted self-rule to be established, and we got independence from the bondages to make our own governance, as well as the second main objective was to have dignity, so that हम अपने सर को ऊंचे रखकर अपने जीवन को व्यतीत कर सकें. Now that was a context which was 73 years back. Now we need to question ourselves that whether we have really achieved both the objectives of being self-governed with justice, with peace, and whether we have also achieved dignity. 73 years, long years for a country, and I know that we have made a lot of progress. Materialistic progress, we have made economic progress, but my concern has been that after 73 years, if we look at the situation, then our country still goes through various kinds of exploitation. In our country, people are still at distress because of the exclusion in the name of religion, in the name of caste, in the name of gender, and also in the name of trade. And as you know, the trades in India are linked to the caste system. People have tried, it is not that we have not tried. Those who have been leaders in this country, they have tried to take care of these disparities. But in spite of the best effort, we have not yet reached to a desirable level where people can proudly say that we live after the independence with all dignity. Now coming back to CASA being formed in the same month, because we were given a call in that times of communal tension that church leaders can play a very important role in serving people. And it was none other than the first Prime Minister of this country who asked the church leaders. Now, for CASA also, this is 73 years. And we are so proud to be part of this organization, which has right from the beginning has tried to help people in distress, whether human-induced distress or whether natural distress, or whether the distress caused by growing inequality in today's context. And that is what my worry is. And CASA was created with this objective of bringing dignity in the life of the people. And we still strive to do that. I would like to take this opportunity on this occasion to thank all the leaders of this organization in the past 73 years, all the staff, all the colleagues who have been attached in the last 73 years, and also would like to thank the friends of CASA over the 73 years who have been part of our engagement with the community who need our help. As you all know, that our major reference community is the weaker section, which includes the tribals, which includes Adivasis, which includes scheduled caste, which includes women, which includes children. And it is important to recall that the mandate given to CASA was to serve people in distress irrespective of their religion, their caste, their political affiliation, their color. And I, being the leader, I feel always very honored and very proud that this organization has got full-time members from all different faiths in this country. On this occasion, I would also like to recognize and acknowledge our long-term partnership with the ecumenical fraternity around the world, and our relationship has been based over the last 73 years on the principle of partnership. I also like to thank the Indian Protestant and Orthodox churches for wanting us to be their official arm for the social action. We have been sustained by National Council of Churches. We are the related agency for humanitarian aid, sustainable development, and advocacy when we talk about poverty and inequality. However, I think the best learning laboratory for CASA has been our engagement with the community whom we serve, because it has given us immense opportunity of learning from their struggle, understanding their struggle, and working on the strategy along with them, which will help them to overcome the reasons of their distress. I thank them for their time, their partnership with us, and teaching us. Many a time people ask me what is the relevance of civil society organization in today's context. I feel that if democracy in this country has to survive, if secularism in this country has to prosper, then the work and relevance of the civil society organization is ever more than the past years. The time has come when we should also try to raise resources from within the country. As CASA, we have been trying since last about 3 years. Though these initial years have not been really successful, but I must acknowledge that we are fast learning the trade of raising resources from within the country, which will do good for this organization in the future. In this pandemic of COVID-19, CASA has been able to raise resources from the CSR, and I am thankful to the corporates who have put their faith and confidence in us. And together, from the resources raised within the country, as well as our partners contributing from overseas, by the end of June, we have been able to reach out to almost 4 million population, assisting them in different ways, like awareness building, providing them ration, providing them food, providing them medical support, providing them wash kits. And we will continue with our effort in future. So I would like to again thank you all very much for being the part of Independence Day today, as well as CASA Foundation Day today. And I would like to urge the people in this country that let us continue to work so that people have dignity in their life, people have equity, and they live a life of peace and prosperity. We are liberated from outside governance, but I think still we have to go a long way to ensure that every individual in this country have their share in different ways in the real governance, in saving the democracy, in saving the secularism, and work for peace and justice for everybody. And I would like to assure, as the director of this organization, that we will continue to work towards establishing a better world which is possible. Jai Hind.
At midnight of August 14th, India awoke to life and freedom and the right to live with dignity. This was the message that the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, passed on to Indians. Also this week, we celebrate the foundation of CASA. CASA is as old as or a little older than independent India. The vision of CASA has always also been the same: to let people, to assist people to live a life of dignity and independence. And in this, CASA has been assisted by various agencies in India and abroad. At this time, as we celebrate the independence of India, 73rd Independence Day, we also rejoice that CASA has been active in this country for almost 75 years. This time we remember all those people who are working in CASA and the beneficiaries throughout India. May God bless India. May God bless CASA. My greetings to both Indians and also the organization CASA. May God bless you.
Dear viewers, as a nation, we are celebrating the 73rd Independence Day. And as the Vice Chairman of CASA, it gives me immense joy to bring greetings on behalf of the governance of CASA to the entire nation. It is also a proud moment for CASA family as we gratefully remember that this is the foundation month of CASA. I bring greetings to the CASA family, to all our staff at the central office, as well as various auxiliaries and fields spread all over India, to our donors, partner churches, agencies, and people and organizations connected with CASA. As a family, we gratefully remember that our vision is inspired by our faith in Jesus Christ and values we live by. We continue to vision for a society in which peace, justice, and equality prevail, and where all our citizens in this great nation will live together in peace and communal harmony, irrespective of caste, creed, language, and religion. A society where the poor, women, the marginalized, laborers, and the underprivileged are able to lead a quality life with dignity. We also thank various civil society organizations, government, the community, resource partners all over the world. We wish our beloved nation a happy Independence Day and our CASA family a very blessed and happy Foundation Month.
Thank you, Dr. Sushant Agarwal, Director of CASA. Chairperson of CASA, His Gracious Dr. Yaqub Mar Iranius, and the Vice President of CASA, Bishop Subodh Mandal. Thank you for bringing that greeting to us. Listening to you is always inspirational and very motivational. It's a great honor and privilege for today for CASA and all CASA friends to celebrate and deliberate Indian Independence Day and also CASA Foundation Month. We have Dr. Rajesh Tandon, who will be bringing the keynote speech to us. Dr. Tandon is the founder and president of PRIA, Participatory Research in Asia, a think tank, a capacity building organization and research organization, very well known and very well renowned. Dr. Tandon and Priya is a good friend of CASA. They have shaped CASA over a period of time as an organization and also helped develop CASA's programs. We are very grateful and honored to have Dr. Tandon bringing today the keynote speech as we deliberate the meaning of our Independence India and CASA's Foundation Day. Over to Arushi for the video.
Namaskar. I want to wish you all on the Independence Day of India. 73 years ago, India became an independent nation. 73 years ago, CASA also began its journey in this country. Congratulations to CASA for a remarkable journey of service to the people of this nation over these 73 years. It is indeed an honor for me to be able to share my reflections with you, having known CASA for nearly 4 decades myself. We are living in very difficult times. For the first time in recent history, the entire world population is facing a similar difficulty. That difficulty caused by COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, which has spread throughout the world. In our own country, the impact of the virus has been enormous. In the last 4 months, as the lockdown began in middle of March, and as daily livelihood of millions of Indians was suddenly disrupted, civil society organizations like CASA rose to the occasion to respond immediately, universally, and with great deal of commitment. I can commend the work that CASA and its colleagues, partners, and local leaders have done in these 4 months. Their outreach from faraway northeast villages to mountains of Himalayas and the sea coasts of peninsular India is a testimony to an institution which was built on the values of service, fraternity, and empowerment. CASA's network of more than 1,500 civil society groups throughout the country began to work spontaneously with support from its team to respond to the needs of the people as the virus disruption began. And the way they responded demonstrates that over the past several decades, CASA and its civil society partners locally have significantly invested in building local leadership of women, of youth, of tribals, of Dalits, of boys and girls, of elected leaders and SHG chairpersons. This enormous investment, by a conservative estimate, created nearly 300,000 local leaders who became the frontline active citizens in the face of the disruption. They were the ones who were locally active, who went around to support households, support migrants, who went around to share new information that the virus was implying. It is this investment over several decades that has now come to fruition. On the occasion of your celebrations, I think it's important to draw lessons from this experience for the future. I am quite aware that resources for this kind of work have diminished in recent years. Funders and resource providers look for short-term deliverables within a period of 9 months, and those deliverables are also very narrowly defined. Investment in building local capacities and local leadership and local community-based organizations does not show result immediately and cannot be counted in the same way as we can count number of school bags or meals or trees. Going forward, therefore, the disruptions caused by the pandemic must force us, must egg us, must encourage us to look for a new way of building our communities, our society, our economy. CASA should provide leadership to this. What are the elements of that new way? First and foremost, attention to health. But public health, not just curative health, not just treatment from illness. It is in 1978 that the Alma Ata Declaration of World Health Organization asked to focus on preventive and promotive health. Preventive health requires attention to human, household, and community actions. It requires attention to nutrition, to immunization, to safe drinking water. Promotive health implies awareness generation, not only in the face of an illness or pandemic, but throughout one's life. And the purpose of that is to maintain individual and household level health with support from community actions. Sanitation, toilets, cleaning of streets, and garbage collection contribute as much to building a healthy society as nutritious food, immunization, and safe drinking water. The second area to pay attention to is the disruption in the livelihoods. Millions of migrant workers are returned to their villages, perhaps not willing to go back to inhuman, undignified working and living conditions they faced. But can they have an alternative livelihood, which is more sustainable, which is more locally grounded in local resources and local capacities? For example, the logic of economy of scale propagated by economists over the past 100 years needs to be challenged. Most items for consumption should be produced locally, and locally produced food and other products and services should be primarily consumed. Within a 100-200 kilometer radius, this should be possible in each region of this country, as it had been possible 100 years or so ago. There is no need to grow vegetables in one part of the country and ship them 1,000 kilometers away to another part to feed the people. A large number of locally grounded economic enterprises can be set up with the help of the expertise that migrant labor and local communities have. But then those enterprises have to be driven by the knowledge and wisdom of local people, not those who have graduated from IITs or IIMs. Local knowledge must be valued, local skills must be assessed, strengthened, and certified. No one is unskilled, even if they are illiterate and even if they work in construction. A fresh perspective on human capacity, local knowledge, and local enterprises is required. We need to use new technology, we need to use digital technology, but we need to invest in a level playing field, both for the software and the hardware to be accessible locally. Our large technology enterprises have built digital empires by servicing the markets of Europe and North America. Let them now service the women elected panchayat leader of a village in Madhubani, district of Bihar, or a tribal leader in Koraput district of Odisha, or a Dalit youth in Jaisalmer of Rajasthan. Let the best of our people with digital expertise respond to technology-based solutions from the ground up to the needs of these new clients, these new consumers of that digital technology. It is here that institutions like CASA can take a lead. Going forward, CASA and its partners and hundreds and thousands of its community leaders must be supported to use their own local wisdom, local knowledge to generate local solutions. Even achievement of sustainable development goals or solutions to the climate crisis is not possible on the basis of policies and decisions made in New Delhi or Washington, D.C. It is only possible by actions of people who innovate local solutions locally.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh Tandon, sir. It's always a pleasure to listen to you, and your message fully demonstrates the expanse of your knowledge, your experience, and your stature. And CASA is proud and extremely thankful to be associated with you, sir. Moving on, at the stroke of the midnight on 15th August 1947, India awoke to freedom. The cost of this freedom was phenomenal. In this hour of agony and grief, the then government requested various institutions to respond to minimize the sufferings. CASA was born then to be a sign of solidarity and to stand with the suffering masses. Though its initial focus was on providing immediate relief to victims of natural and human-induced calamities, CASA today has grown into a premier relief and development organization of the country. We are thankful to God for his faithfulness. We are thankful to the staff and employees of this organization. We are thankful to our management, our governance and leaders for all these 4 years who have guided us, who have brought us this far. And our prayer will always be that we remain true to our vision and mission. Next in line, doing justice to the long standing of our organization, we have coming up 3 short films on the history of our organization, our COVID response to this pandemic, and CASA's work, which is among the women, which will show the developmental work that this organization is doing in all the nooks and corners of this country. Women who are a face of our development work will be covered in this video. Over to Arushi.
संस्था आने के बाद 15 गठन हुए हमारे गांव में।
कासाच्या माध्यमातून मला शक्ती आल्यासारखं झालं, माझं धैर्य वाढलं.
सगळ्या महिला एकत्र होऊन सनेने आम्ही दारूबंदीला मग सगळ्या महिला निघालो.
समजा त्याच्यात पैसे जमा असले तर सगळ्या म्हणजे ज्याच्या घरी कार्यक्रम असला, लग्न असलं, शेती असली ते वाटून देतो आम्ही पैसा.
समाज में जुड़े हैं, अच्छी फायदे ली है. ग्राम सभाओं में जाना, इधर उधर बैठकों में नहीं जा पाती थी, लेकिन जब से कासा का प्रोग्राम चल रहा है तो समूहों में जुड़ी हैं, उनके माध्यम से फिर उनको बताया गया, प्रेरित की गई कि आप लोग ग्राम सभा में जाओ, बैठकों में जाओ.
ऐकते म्हणजे आता महिला कुठं मीटिंगला जाते, कुठं जाते, थोडी खूप माहिती पडली. आतापर्यंत महिला घराच्या बाहेर निघत नव्हत्या. मग असं करता करता थोडी आता हिंमत वाढली गटामार्फत.
थैंक यू आरुषि, थैंक यू सो मच. एक बार फिर से आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी, प्लीज अपने माइक्रोफोन्स को म्यूट कर ले ताकि एम्बिएंट नॉइजेस कम रहे. थैंक यू सो मच आरुषि फॉर पुटिंग द वीडियोस ब्यूटीफुली टुगेदर. और ये वीडियोस को देखकर बहुत मुझे पर्सनली बहुत गर्व महसूस होता है. आई फील सो प्राउड एंड सो थैंकफुल टू बी एसोसिएटेड विद कासा. Who does not, this organization just does not help people in the time of calamities, but this organization, our organization, also helps people to develop as dignified human beings. And I'm so thankful to be a part of this organization, and I'm thankful to everyone who is part of the growth of this organization. Thank you all. Now we are going to move ahead to the next part of this program, where we have the Friends of CASA, those eminent civil society leaders who have been associated with CASA for several years, who will be bringing greetings and messages on this beautiful occasion of CASA's Foundation Month. We have Ms. Mini Bedi, who is the former president of IACD, Mr. Matthew Cherian, former CEO HelpAge India, Mr. Amitabh Beher, CEO of Oxfam India, Ms. Hasina Karbi, she's the chair of board, Impulse NGO Network from Northeast, Dr. John Samuel, who's the president of Bodhi Ground Foundation, and Shri Jagdanand, who is the former State Information Commissioner of Odisha. I'll request Arushi to please play the video of the greetings and messages from all these eminent CSO leaders.
I was so pleased to know that CASA is celebrating its 73rd anniversary around the time of the Indian Independence Day. I would like to share 2 or 3 small feelings about CASA. If I recollect very well, then I had heard and seen the work of CASA when I was working with the government of Maharashtra in the late 60s, early 70s, when my work took me traveling to absolutely remote tribal areas in the interior parts of Maharashtra. And we came across, heard from communities about the CASA program. And to put it very simply, people would say, हम काम करते हैं, हमको खाना मिलता है, you know. And I think thereafter my own life, professional life has undergone many changes. I quit the job, joined an international donor agency, worked with Oxfam, have retired. What I understood about CASA's work, because I have visited many CASA units in the field and the offices in Bombay, is the simplicity of their policies. They are not complex. They don't take very complex agendas. Reaching out to the last person and providing help is what they want to do. To further prove that with evidence, I have been very carefully reading the reports of the work that CASA has done in the COVID-19, and amazed, absolutely amazed at the work of the teams in reaching out to the needy people, whether it's the mountain areas or the plains or the hills, and with full passion. And and this feeling runs right across all CASA staff that I have met. A special big thank you and good wishes to my co-traveler Jayant Bhai, with whom I have worked very closely on a couple of boards and have come together on very many common issues with the same decision. It's a pleasure to be able to send you my greetings on this very auspicious day, and wish that in the changing times, CASA is able to retain its core values and core concentration of reaching to the community. Thanks and good wishes to all the team of CASA.
I'm really happy to share a message with CASA on its 73rd founding day. It's quite remarkable when you look back that when India was becoming independent, the founders of CASA were actually building a new institution to take on the challenges of the newly independent country. And they were not right. The challenges were going to be enormous. On the one hand, you had the celebrations of freedom, but on the other hand, the challenges were huge, from poverty, illiteracy, ill health. But I must say, and it's been remarkable, and it must be one of those rare journeys of an organization and institution which over the last 73 years has been steadfast in its commitment to the basic values with which it was founded. It continues to work for the underprivileged. It continues to work with the most marginalized and vulnerable groups. It has a remarkable record of working with the most difficult communities in terms of their vulnerability, in terms of ensuring that their rights, entitlements are given to those communities. So working with Dalit communities, with Adivasi communities, they've been working with even transgenders. So it's been a fantastic journey of standing with the most marginalized in ensuring their rights and dignity. They've also worked on difficult issues like forest rights, on issues of migration, on issues of livelihood, and they continue doing fantastic work on humanitarian causes. So whenever there's a disaster, I do know that CASA is going to be there. Even the recent pandemic, when we've seen COVID, CASA has been there. CASA needs to continue, thrive, and actually expand its work with the values that it has of being rooted in the ground, working with the communities, ensuring that people are at the center of its work. It's not a professional army of development workers who are making the change happen. It's the people who make the change happen, and CASA is there to provide support. And particularly with its understanding of the local to global linkages, I think CASA can play a historic role in the coming years. I wish them the best and full solidarity. I hope we can struggle together to change this world and create a just, humane and sustainable society.
It's so wonderful to hear that CASA has completed 73 years of work with the poor and downtrodden across India. I've personally seen their work in many parts of the country, and with fishermen, with communities marginalized by various caste system, etc. I would like to wish Sushant and Jayant a happy 73rd anniversary and all good wishes from all the senior citizens in this country. Wish you a great and a happy Independence Day.
We send our best wishes and greeting to Church Auxiliary for Social Action in the 73 years celebration, People Helping People. We are very happy with the partnership of over 10 years that we had with Church Auxiliary for Social Action in working towards upliftment of rural communities, engaging on human rights issues, especially addressing unsafe migration and human trafficking through our Impulse model. We congratulate their existence and their collaboration in engaging various partnerships across the Northeast. Best wishes and to many more years of collaboration.
On this Independence Day, on the day we hope to have freedom for everybody, everywhere and everyone, I wish to express solidarity to all the colleagues and partners of CASA everywhere in India. CASA has been in the forefront of making change happen to the poorest of the poor in this country, and CASA has been one of the first organizations which got established in this country to transform faith into action, to transform the lives and livelihood of people on the ground. And the work of CASA has been of immense importance for 4 reasons. Number 1, CASA has been working at the grassroots level in the heart of India. Number 2, CASA has been working with the people, the most marginalized people, the poorest of the poor, including Dalits, Adivasis and women. Number 3, CASA's work has been bottom up, empowering and transforming people. Number 4, CASA has been in the forefront of disaster mitigation and disaster response in this country and has been a pioneer in this country. As we remember our freedom, as we are committed to uphold the independence of this country, the principles of the Constitution, principles and values of the Constitution of our country, I, on behalf of the civil society organizations and movements, and on behalf of civil society organizations with which I am committed to work, express our solidarity to all colleagues and partners of CASA.
70 plus years is not a small time in the life of an organization and institution. And CASA, which is so well known within the country, in the community, in the civil society in South Asia, it's a real landmark for the organization. I'm so happy to have been associated with CASA for quite some time, and it runs maybe little more than 45 years. That is my association with CASA, and I know CASA as a relief organization, as an organization involved in disaster preparedness in this country, a development organization working pan-India, especially in the most difficult terrains, in the most backward districts and states of this country, with vulnerable communities. And it has created its own impact. CASA is known, and I congratulate CASA for this very difficult journey which it had embarked several years ago. And I'm proud of my association with CASA. Thank you, members of the CASA team, the members of the Board of Management of CASA, and also the workers of CASA, especially the community workers who are associated with CASA, for their very hard work. Without them, this journey would not have been possible.
Thank you for bringing those beautiful messages and greetings. We are thankful to Dr. Mini B.D. Farber, Vice President of International Association for Community Development, to Dr. Sri Jagadananda, former State Information Commissioner of Odisha State, to Dr. Amita Behar, CEO of Oxfam India, to Dr. Matthew Cherian, former CEO of HelpAge India, Dr. Hasina Karbi, CEO and Chair of Impulse Network Northeast India, and Dr. John Samuel, former board member and the president of Bodhigram Foundation. CASA does not rest on its laurels. We continue to innovate and create new action and work and to contribute to nation building. Climate change is one of the key issues and problems which we are facing today. To find solution, one of the best methods is to plant trees. CASA has found an innovative method along with the local communities called seed bombing, which we have launched across Uttarakhand. We have here a video for you to show how CASA would like to make India a green India. And as we move towards our 75th year in a couple of years, we would like to plant 75 lakhs plus trees across the country. Over to Arushi for the video on seed bombing.
जंगलों में खाद्य श्रृंखला के खत्म होने के कारण वन्य प्राणियों के गांवों एवं शहरों में प्रवेश, खेती, पालतू पशुओं को नुकसान पहुंचाने और मनुष्यों पर घातक हमला करने की घटनाएं देश भर में बढ़ रही हैं। इंसान और जानवर के टकराव से फसल, प्राकृतिक संसाधनों को भारी नुकसान हो रहा है। इस संघर्ष को कम करने के लिए जंगलों में ही वन्य जीवों के लिए आहार की पूर्ति करने व खेल खेल में पर्यावरण संतुलन को बनाए रखने के उद्देश्य से राष्ट्रीय स्तर की संस्था कासा द्वारा अपनी सहयोगी स्थानीय संस्था व बीज बम को अभियान का स्वरूप देने वाली हिमालय पर्यावरण जड़ी बूटी एग्रो संस्थान जाड़ी के साथ मिलकर बीज बम बरसावा हरियाली लियावा बीज बम अभियान उत्तराखंड से शुरू किया गया।
CASA, along with its partner in Uttarakhand, Himalayan Paryavaran Jadi Booty Agro Sansthan, started this bees bombing campaign in Uttarakhand since last 3 years. As part of this campaign, villagers would go into the forest and drop bees bombs inside the forest.
उत्तराखंड उत्तरकाशी डुंडा तहसील के छोटे से गांव बागी कमत से शुरू हुए अभियान से जन जन को जोड़ने के लिए 15 अगस्त 2020 के शुभ अवसर पर कासा संस्था ने इस अभियान को हिमालय पर्यावरण जड़ी बूटी एग्रो संस्थान व सामुदायिक संगठनों व क्षेत्रीय स्वैच्छिक संगठनों के साथ मिलकर आगे बढ़ाने का निर्णय लिया है। कासा अपनी स्थानीय सहयोगी संस्थाओं के साथ आज 15 अगस्त को मानव और वन्य जीवों के बीच बढ़ते संघर्ष को कम करने, जंगल में खाद्य श्रृंखला को बढ़ाने व पर्यावरण संतुलन को बनाए रखने का प्रयास करेगी।
खेल खेल में पर्यावरण संरक्षण और मानव और वन्य जीवों के बीच बढ़े संघर्ष को कम करने के लिए जन भागीदारी को तय करते हुए शुरू किया गया बीज बम अभियान को राज्य भर और जन जन तक पहुंचाने के लिए कासा के सहयोग से, जाड़ी संस्थान और कासा के सहयोग से ये प्रयास किए जा रहे हैं। और साथ ही ये अभियान का सौभाग्य है कि गांव से शुरू किए गए अभियान को आज इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कासा इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए और जन जन तक पहुंचाने के लिए आगे आया है।
Now this campaign has been spread throughout the Uttarakhand, and many NGOs and people's organizations, women organizations, youth organizations are part of this campaign to protect and preserve the ecosystem of the forest. The state government has now appreciated our campaign, and they are also part of this campaign now.
Thank you so much, Arushi, for that wonderful video. Thank you, Suresh ji, for arranging for that. It is so good to see, and as my colleague Joycia, my co-host for the evening, was sharing with you, CASA aims to plant 75 lakh saplings across the country before we reach the landmark milestone of 75th anniversary of this organization 2 years from now. And we are also hoping that this country will benefit greatly from this technique, from the seed bomb technique. And we urge you also, wherever you are, whoever is able to, wherever you are, do plant a sapling in remembrance of CASA if you can. It will be a wonderful thing, not just for us, but for this country as well, to maintain and preserve the ecosystem. Moving on, folk dances are an integral part of India's tradition and culture. And it goes without saying that their significance was, is, and always shall be immense. Folk dances form a part of our country's unique identity. These forms and expressions of the Indian art gain our country love, fame, and respect in the foreign lands. We have come to that part of our program for today evening, my dear friends, where we will, but before we culminate, we will watch the cultural glimpses or cultural performance glimpses of folk dances from across the length and breadth of our country. These, of course, are the people, are the communities with whom CASA is working. Over to Arushi for the video. Thank you, Arushi. Thank you so much for this video again. We have almost reached the end of our today's program, but today's evening's celebration will not be complete if I do not invite our respected director, Dr. Sushant Agarwal, to come on live and share a few words with us. आज की ये शाम खत्म नहीं हो सकती अगर हम अपने डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर सुशांत अग्रवाल सर से कुछ लाइव जो उनके शब्द ना सुने. So before, without taking any more time, I invite our director, Dr. Sushant Agarwal, to please take the stage and share a few words with us.
Okay, thank you, Hector. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Friends, thank you all for being here this evening. In the closing remark, I would like to make special mention about the planning team. And you can understand the kind of effort which they have made. So my special appreciation to the team leaders, advisor, and other members of the planning team, because you all have been able to really bring back CASA at one point, and that too during this close down period. And this is a very special effort, and I would like to thank you. This morning I was thinking, what does it mean? I mean, freedom. When we talk about freedom, what does it mean to me? And I thought that freedom is very important on this occasion of Independence Day, provided one is able to take their own decisions. Because there are several people who are not able to take their own choiced decision, and because of various forms of oppression, various forms of opposition, it's very important to signify the day, this Independence Day, if we are enabling people to take their own choice, make their own choice, and also take their own decision. I think that will be a real Independence Day gift to all of us. Lastly, I would like to say that India is very big. We know all. India is very diverse. And on this Independence Day, I would like to say that unity in diversity should be the message for the Independence Day, but without compromising the very principle of peace, justice, equality, and dignity of life. So thank you all again very much, and may God continue to bless us, bless this organization. And I, being the leader of this organization, would like to commit ourselves, along with all other my colleagues, that will continue to strive towards a better society where people have
their own choices. People have their source of livelihood. People have their source of joy. I think that is very, very important. And thank you all very much again.
Thank you, Director. We have come to the close of today's celebration. We would close this celebration with vote of thanks and ending it with the national anthem. Let me begin my vote of thanks by giving thanks to God our Almighty. We thank God for this beautiful day. We thank God Almighty for making this virtual celebration of Indian Independence Day and CASA Foundation Month. We also thank God for being with CASA all these 73 years and helping us to move on with more courage and new vigor and strength. We also thank God for our country, the beautiful country which we love, for this independent India. And we pray that God will help us and encourage us and be with us to continue to serve India. We hope and pray India, the beloved nation, will be a land of milk and honey for every single individual who lives in this country. We also pray that justice will flow like a river and righteousness like an everlasting stream in our country. We also would like to thank CASA Director, Dr. Sushant Agarwal, the CASA Chairperson, His Grace, Dr. Yaqub Maur Iranius, Vice President of CASA, Dr. Bishop Subodh Mandal, and all the board members of CASA for encouraging us and supporting us in organizing this beautiful celebration. We also would like to thank Dr. Tandon, Rajesh Tandon, for bringing the keynote address for this event. We would also like to thank all the CSO leaders, the stalwarts in the civil society arena, for bringing your greetings and all the valuable good messages. You took us back to history. We are so glad for all your encouraging words to us today. We also would like to thank all our international partners and resource agencies who are present with us today. It shows how much you all love us and your solidarity for CASA. We also would like to thank Dr. Jayant Kumar, Head of Programs and the convener and the advisor for this event today. He had made so much of effort to ensure everything went so well and getting all the greetings and the messages and organizing all of us and taking us along. Thank you, Dr. Jayant Kumar, for your wonderful support to make this program a success. I also would like to thank the dance performance by Jigansa, which was so very beautiful, the Odissi dance on Vande Mataram, and also the Dalit music and all the cultural programs, performances which came across the country. This is beauty of CASA. We are everywhere. In every part of this nation, we have a community which has been supporting and being with us and participating and showing their solidarity. We are so ever grateful for all the CASA community people who participated in this cultural program. I also want to thank all the co-organizers, the communication team, the HR team, the program heads of different zones, the chief zonal officers, and everyone for helping us put this program together. And last but not the least, for each one of you who have joined this program, especially all the dignitaries, all the partners, all CASA's community members, all volunteers and staff who have joined this event and made this program a successful celebration. Thank you once again for joining with us today. Now we would have the national anthem, the recorded version by the Lusai Choir from Northeast India. May I request all of us to kindly stand up as we are going to play the national anthem. After the national anthem is over, we will open the videos for some time, so those who want to interact can interact and we can take certain pictures. With this national anthem, officially the program comes to an end. Thank you so much.